Welcome back. This is Eric Roden, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and today we are going to go over tips and tricks for freezing of gait. This tends to plague quite a few of you, so we're going to try to just give you some helpful hints and understanding of kind of what the heck is going on when those events occur, and just to give your even family how to cue you appropriately and not get as frustrated. So, biggest thing here is thresholds tend to be a big one, turning tends to be a big one, or when anything abrupt kind of visually changes in front of you, you get that stutter moment. Maybe it's hesitation initially when you get up out of a chair. So how do you really fix those things? Or how do you make your home environment a little safer? So for the bedroom, going into the bathroom, that tends to be a big culprit, especially at night. Low lighting, not a whole lot of spatial reasoning at those moments. I recommend something bright on the floor, almost using painter's tape. So there's that frog tape that's nice and green, or the painter's tape that's blue. You'd actually lay down lines to step on. So I don't have painter's tape here, but you see these nice bright speed ladder. So if I was going into the bathroom, I would arc this around the corner if this was my wall. So if this is the corner of the wall, I'd have a nice arc, and so I would know is, okay, I'm going to step on each tape mark. What that does is it gives you a distinct point to step on, instead of just having this whole big task of, oh, I got to get into the bathroom, I got to pee. That urgency, that rush to be able to get in there, that will make you freeze even more. Higher anxiety and stress, you probably link to more freezing. You tend to see that a lot. You may experience it. So trying to have that tape down there, it gets rid of your thinking. You don't have to worry about taking that bigger step, little step. It's already pre-planned for you, and you just try to go on that sequence. Now, is that going to fix it all? No. You're going to need to practice that more and more often. Make sure you're getting those nice big steps. But that's a nice easy trick for the home setting, okay? Now, doorways, that threshold, right? If this was a doorway and this is even a small doorway, we tend to get stuck. We make our way up to it and then we can't make it through. So what I recommend is breaking it down into a 3-point sequence, okay? Instead of a whole task event, break it up. So step 1, walk up to the door. Step 2, step through the door. Step 3, restart walking. By breaking that down, it makes it a little easier for your brain and body to be able to handle and execute that pattern with success. Now again, it's not always going to work, but it will slow you down enough where you should have less often of that freezing of gait. So again, just to review, step 1, walk to the doorway. Step 2, step through the doorway. Step 3, restart walking. As you get better at that, and you can actually separate each specific step, you can actually get a little faster, and it won't take as much time, and you'll freeze less often. I see this a lot with freezers, is they just want to get through the doorway. They're thinking about, okay, well, let me just get inside. That's too complex of a movement and thought process for the body, so we need to simplify it, make it as easy as possible for those situations, okay? The other one I see it the most with is chairs when you're sitting. I'm going to grab a roller chair here. Obviously, don't use a roller chair. That's going to be a little more dangerous for you. But on the approach, we tend to be pretty good, and then it's this, and then we end up falling into the chair. Very common, okay? I see that a lot. We lose our balance. Sometimes we miss the chair. We break the chair. So, just like we did through the doorway, let's try to break it into a sequence. Step 1, walk straight to the chair right in front. Don't even worry about turning. I'm going to walk straight to it. I'm going to leave room just enough for maybe if there was a person standing in front of me. I say, leave room for Jesus. Then, turn completely around. Step 3, back up until you feel the chair. Step 4, reach and sit down. Again, it does slow the process of sitting, but it makes it a sequential event, a little less often for freezing. Now, you may still end up freezing on the turn, but it'll be less often on the approach, because all you're worried about is just stopping right in front, and that's all you're thinking about. Step 2, yeah, you might get that extra little freezing moment, but it's going to be a lot less, and you're only fixated on one part of that movement for the freeze. The other parts should be a little bit easier. The other thing is when you are actually standing. Let's say you're in the bathroom, let's say you're in the kitchen, and you go to have that turn and things get stuck. What I generally recommend is practicing with some type of object there. So I have a hurdle. It's going to be a little easier, right? Now this could be a can of soup, this could be a water bottle, this could be a cone, anything where I'm at my countertop. I'm going to take, I know that step is there, I know that obstacle is there. What's it going to do? It's going to make me force a larger step, and I'm going to bring it back. And I'm going to force that large step, and I'm going to bring it back. And I'm just going to keep doing this over and over again. I do this 100, 200, 300 times, as many times as you can to reintegrate this larger step sequence. Then, when you get rid of it, you need to imagine that it's still there. Imagery is a very powerful tool in this world. So imagining, okay, that step is still there. Brain, acknowledge that larger movement. I'm still thinking the barrier's there. And you got a small dog, Chihuahua, step over the Chihuahua, okay? Practice that on both sides and in a sequence. All the way around. Nice large steps. It looks goofy, but you're not freezing and you're not falling. We're keeping a nice wide base of support. Those are a few little simple tips and tricks on the freezing and gait world. It takes a lot more practice, a lot more additional education, skilled therapists to help you out. If you don't have a skilled therapist, come see us. We'll take care of you. See you next time.